Hello there, this is TENoNickname. Welcome back to another StarCraft 2 video. I'm actually recording this commentary after playing the mission this time, as for some reason this mission has been rather troublesome for me. It was kinda weird actually, because while practicing to make this video, I usually play the missions once before making the videos, just so I can provide more insightful commentary. I beat it just fine, but after that, while trying to record it, didn't work at all. I'll explain more later, as we're about to hear the mission information.
We've received reports of a new Dominion salvage operation on Tarsonis. They're running a large number of supply trains with minimal security. If we intercept the trains and liberate their contents before they can be shipped off-world, we could make a serious profit.
So we are going to liberate some train contents. We'll get some credits, some Zerg research, and we'll unlock the Diamondback, a unit that can attack and move at the same time. So let's play the Great Train Robbery.
Never thought we'd be back to this graveyard again. What have we got, Matt?
The Dominion's restored power to the old rail network. They're using the trains to move salvage to a central processing station. Our informants say the Dominion's found something unusually valuable, and they're transporting it to the processing station today. It's on one of these trains, but unfortunately they're all scan shielded, so we can't tell which one. We'll have to hit as many as we can and hope we get lucky.
Hope we get lucky? That ain't the usual Matt Horner plan.
You got a better one, sir. I'm all ears.
It's all good, Matt. You sold me. Well, let's go rob ourselves some trains. Old Tychus is gonna love this one.
I can see how Tychus would like this mission indeed. Now the reason I decided to do this one before mine half, as I actually said in the previous video I would do in this one, is because I wanted to get some more credits for a Reaper upgrade, as Reapers are going to be quite useful on mine half. Now I didn't anticipate this one would be so difficult either, and it isn't really. It's not actually hard at all, but for some reason I was failing hard. Not quite sure why, but it had something to do with my commentary, I guess. It's harder than you might think, by the way, to commentate and play at the same time. So let's begin playing, and really, as any StarCraft 2 missions, this is really only about macro, and that's something I'm having some trouble doing while commentating, I've discovered. You could also see me sending my Marine down to that third research point there.
Sir, it turns out there are a few Confederate vehicles in the hills the Dominion haven't salvaged yet.
Diamondbacks? Man, I didn't think they made it past prototyping. Their rail guns will be great for stopping those trains. No pun intended. I'll upload their schematics to our factory network.
There may be other vehicles around that we can commandeer. We should keep our eyes open.
So I sent the Marine out to each one of those Diamondbacks that are for some reason just lying around here.
What's the plan?
And we can pick those up, and they're quite expensive and good, so it's nice to get 3 of them right out of the bat, or however that saying goes. There are a few others lying around the map as well.
Not enough minerals.
I'm building one more barracks, and I'm also building a reactor on my current barracks. You can see the timer up in the top right corner. That's counting down for the first train to arrive, and we'll have to be ready to actually take that down,
What's on your mind?
which is why I'm moving my units out right now.
What?
There are also some resources and stuff scattered around, as well as the Zerg,
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
research points, the skeleton thingies that you saw me pick up. So here comes the first train. You can see it on the truck there, of course. Now,
I can't build here. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
yeah, just making units
Not
here.
enough minerals.
Alright, so there's the train. And you can see these Diamondbacks attacking and moving at the same time. Quite a useful ability on
Not
this
enough
mission.
minerals.
Actually very useful. And the main thing about this mission, well, there are several things, but one of the main things are to just get a lot of Diamondbacks, as the more you have, the easier it's going to be to take down the trains, and that can be rather difficult if you don't have enough units. You also, of course, eventually have to fight some defenders of those trains, though.
Excellent work, sir. We can utilize the train's scrap payload to build more units. We obviously won't find many natural mineral fields here, so we should make the most of what we can salvage from the trains.
So here I found another Diamondback.
Go on.
Additional supply
There were also
depots
resources
required.
that the train dropped, as you saw I picked up there.
Additional supply depots required.
And who would have guessed? I'm supply blocked again. That never happens. Or actually it does all the time. But, yeah.
Additional supply depots
I started to build up
required.
medics, seeing as I also got a tech lab for my barracks there. Continuing to make SCVs, of course.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
Check it out, Jimmy. Dominion started sending escorts to protect the trains.
So now they are starting to protect the trains. And that's why you probably also want to get a force of marines and or marauders,
Not enough.
as you need something to actually kill or at least get the attention of the guards that are guarding the trains. Now I'm taking out those fire bats with my Diamondbacks, as they do quite a bit of damage against armored units. The train also counts as armored, I believe, so Diamondbacks do the full 40 damage against those, whereas they only do 20 damage, which is still pretty good against other units.
Additional supply depots required.
Additional supply depots required. So there's the second train. Not too difficult yet.
On the move. Of course.
Additional supply depots required.
Commander, I'm picking up increased comm traffic from the Dominion. Sounds like they're planning to attack our base. Better be ready.
Excellent.
So that attack wasn't actually difficult to fend off. I'm gonna try to repair my Diamondbacks a bit now though, as I don't want to lose those.
Is it critical?
Also getting my marines healed up, of course. Okay, now I'm not supply blocked anymore either. So just working on grouping up my units in control groups.
A train is exiting the southern tunnel.
And here the next train is coming.
Go ahead.
Almost bring some SCVs to the fight, that was not intentional. And apparently there's a bunch of units there,
Go on.
so those will help me with the next train.
The doctor is in.
Now as you can see, I sent my marines in first to take the most damage from the attack. Well, it's not really an attack, we're the attackers here. But I don't want to send my Diamondbacks in first, as they obviously are not good against marauders and stuff like that, who do a lot of damage against those.
Gas.
So there I got that final... not the final train, but the next train.
The Dominion are constructing a series of bunkers to protect the tracks. Be careful.
And the Dominion just keeps making up new ways to make this interesting, of course. Now they're building bunkers. It's also sending out Marine to deal with... well, not to deal with, but to gather this next Zerg research point. So we now completed that secondary objective.
At the ready.
There's still some more Diamondbacks to find as well, though. And there you can see this bunker they're constructing,
Get me out of here.
before I destroyed
I
it.
like it. Excellent.
I'm actually sending out a few units to
My pleasure.
try to destroy those bunkers.
What needs killing?
I do believe this is a mistake, and I actually end up reloading quite soon. So,
Mineral field
yeah.
depleted.
At the ready.
My units become very scattered, and
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
Go on.
Armed and ready.
Get me out of here.
and for some reason there's a random Diamondback up there.
On the move.
So Marines versus a single bunker. Bunker is doing quite a bit of damage. And here comes the train. So I actually got the Marine there that was being targeted by the Raven, which is the flying thing there. They shoot seeker missiles who actually follow units around, so you can't dodge them, but you can single out the units that is being attacked by them, so you can minimize the damage. They do area damage against your units, so to avoid taking too many casualties, you do want to try to get that one unit away. And hopefully not make it some expensive unit, but make it a Marine or something, so it doesn't cost you much. Now, I do think I actually barely am able to take out this train, but I'm taking heavy casualties here, so I do decide to reload pretty soon, I think. Yeah, there we go. If I can actually figure out which button. There we go. So my biggest mistake there was just to have my units too scattered. I think I actually just forget the whole bunker destroying thing and try to just focus on keeping my army large instead.
The Dominion are constructing a series of bunkers to protect the tracks. Be careful.
But I do believe I failed a few more times now before actually succeeding, so we may have to watch that too. I'm setting up in the new barracks now anyway. I'm trying to get out some mercenaries, as those are quite powerful and useful.
Not enough minerals.
I should be getting those units in my base to my army though. Also, that random Diamondback is having fun, and I'm for some reason circling around these Marines. Yeah, I'm screwing up again, as you can see. For some reason, half my army is going up there for some reason, and my other half stayed somewhere else. Which was quite weird. I don't think I did that intentionally. Yeah, I actually just reload him immediately there, as I just screwed that up massively. So, next priority, keep control groups in order, as otherwise those things will happen.
The Dominion are constructing a series of bunkers to protect the tracks. Be careful.
Go on, at the ready. What needs killing? What?
I do have a very good Diamondback count now. I think that's actually like 1, 2, 3. Oh crap. Wasn't able to count it, but I think it's quite a bit.
Additional supply depots required.
So that will allow me to take out the trains very quickly, and they do quite a bit of damage against other units too. They're not just not very durable against them, so you want to have a shield force of Marines and medics as well. And also maybe some Marauders.
Additional supply. Our SCVs are under attack.
SCVs are being killed anyway.
Mineral field depleted.
So here I calm down additional mercenaries.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
And the next train is coming as well. Random fire back there.
What's on your mind?
So whenever my Diamondbacks are under fire, as they were there, you saw that one was being shot by the bunker, so I just tried to immediately get that out, and it worked. So this Diamondback survived. Now here comes the army. And I took a direct secret missile hit there actually. I wasn't able to figure out which unit was actually being targeted, so that wasn't very good.
Not enough minerals.
But I still survived with most of my army. And now my Diamondbacks took out that train very effectively. Moving up towards this bunker and taking that out with my Marines as well, as if I can actually kill the units inside, that would also be great.
Mineral field depleted.
And I decided to run up there, just to grab that Diamondback and a few resources that are laying
Mineral
around.
field depleted.
So now my mineral field was depleted, and well, all my mineral fields. So I need to find a new one.
Base
Or
under
alternatively have no
attack.
resources, but that's not preferable.
You gonna give me orders?
So in the northwest there is actually a new base. So that's what I'm going for, but first I have to deal with this attack. I'm stimming my marines there to take out that raven, and it worked. And here comes the next train.
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
Better be good.
Get me out of here.
So I guess we aren't moving our SCVs just yet.
At the ready. I'm waiting.
So I took out that bunker. I do have a bit
What?
too few marines right now. I do want to get more. And I do end up doing that eventually, I believe.
By the numbers, boys. By the numbers. Armed and ready.
Please state the nature of your
Yeah.
medical.
I was actually barely able to get that marine away there. So that worked out quite nicely. And now I have to take out the rest of this force as well. But that went quite well, so I'm just following the train with my diamondbacks at the moment. Doing massive damage.
What? Victory is ours.
This better be good.
Go on.
Took a bit heavy casualties with the marines there, but hey,
What needs killing?
better than the diamondbacks at least.
My pleasure.
So now I'm trying to grab that base up there.
Mind.
Run into a bunker on the way.
I'm waiting. At the ready.
Sir, I'm detecting Dominion kill teams patrolling the tracks with large groups of marauders.
What?
I'll mark their location with a red warning symbol. Still, you should try to avoid them.
So those marauder kill teams are
Unacceptable landing zone.
interesting, certainly. They're quite dangerous, but you can beat them with your army just fine. They're more dangerous if you happen to run into them while chasing a train, because if you do that, then that train is basically gone.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
The Dominion are boosting their train speed somehow. You'll need to use Diamondbacks to catch them.
The doctor is in.
For now I'm going to avoid those marauder kill teams, but I do
On the move.
plan to take those out later, I believe. So here you can see these faster trains are actually coming.
At the ready.
I take some quite heavy casualties with my marines there against those Hellions, but I'm at least able to take out the train easily.
Victory is ours. I like it.
Despite its fast speed, my diamondbacks are also fast, so that worked out nice. Calling down additional mercenaries now to
Not enough minerals.
increase the size of my army,
Not enough minerals.
as it was getting really low on the marine side of things.
Of course.
You gonna give me orders?
Go
I
on.
decided to ambush this marauder force, but I think I actually fell hard here. Yeah, I just lost all my marines instead, so that wasn't very good. And I do believe I actually reload the checkpoint there.
What needs?
So let's get my SCVs up there, I guess, as I am doing right now.
Get me out of here.
And I'm being attacked by that bunker again, it seems.
Go on. What's on your mind?
You gonna give me
At the ready.
been waiting.
Sir, I'm detecting Dominion kill teams patrolling the tracks with large groups of marauders.
Waiting.
I'll mark their location with a red warning symbol. Still, you should try to avoid them.
Macro, making units. That's what's happening right now.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, repairing my diamondbacks while my command center arrives.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
The Dominion are boosting their train speed somehow. You'll need to use Diamondbacks to catch them.
So let's get down and stop that train.
By the numbers, boys.
The
What's
doctor
on
is
your
in.
mind? Of course.
You want a piece of me, boy?
I shot something there, but I don't know what. Some rock or something just flew out of the air, but I'm not quite sure what that was, to be honest. But now I'm taking out the Hellions as well as the train, so it's all good.
Doctor is in.
should probably make some kind of tech lab or reactor on that barracks, but I don't think I actually ever do that. Quite a shame, but hey, at least we can learn from it in, in retrospect, I guess.
Bad news?
Also building a reactor on this geyser here.
What's on your mind?
Vespine geyser, I mean, to get gas.
Need some tree.
This better be good.
I'm waiting.
Right, random attack. The enemy actually tried to micro there. I haven't seen that very often.
What's
They usually just throw their army at you, but
I like it.
that tank actually moved out of the way
Standing by.
when it was being damaged.
The doctor is in.
Not enough minerals.
Victory is
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
So here comes the next train, and I believe this one is also equally as fast as the previous one.
Been waiting on you.
at the ready. Move.
Following it and doing quite nicely.
Of course.
Having all of these Diamondbacks is certainly helping out.
My pleasure. How devious. Victory is ours.
And a random entity following along there too.
You gonna give me orders?
Excellent. What needs killing?
And here actually comes the Marauder kill team, so I sacrifice one unit just to slow them down slightly, and it just works. So they actually just narrowly missed me there. I think that was actually a mercenary sacrifice, but it was still worth it. Better than losing all my
What's on your
units.
mind? How devious.
Well, I wouldn't have lost all my units, but I would have lost a chunk of my army if I tried to fight them there, as I wasn't in a best position. Now, however, I am able to catch these Marauders in a very good position for me, so I steam my Marines and bring out all my units. And I'm able to take those down with quite minimal casualties, only a few Marines basically.
This better be good.
And this pays off later as I avoid being killed by them later.
Doctor is in.
Victory is what needs killing.
Mineral
Also
field
finally getting that
completed.
last research point again, as I forgot to do that earlier.
Mineral
there's only
field
one train
completed.
remaining. And I decide to actually go over here.
Of course.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
The doctor is in.
Looks like the Dominion ran out of whatever they were juicing the trains with. They're putting out bigger escorts, though. We better watch ourselves.
My pleasure.
So these trains are actually not fast anymore, which means I have some extra time to find this final Diamondback.
Additional supply.
Looks like we found all the Confederate Diamondbacks, sir. This should really help out against the trains.
So now I have both secondary objectives, and the final train is approaching. Now actually, moving over here was actually a really smart move, looking at it from now, or from later I guess,
You rang.
as I'm able to actually avoid most of their army.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Previously I've tried to attack from the back and it just felt hard, because I had to fight through everything to actually get to the train, but now I just sacrificed my Marines basically, and I'm just moving in the front here with my Diamondbacks, taking out the train and actually avoiding the army entirely, so that was very nice. They just barely missed that Marauder kill team as well.
Sir, we're detecting electrical activity in the wreckage.
Now let's see what they were so fired up to get their hands on.
Altitude 23-46 online. System recording. New Gettysburg Defense Initiative. Submit access codes.
Well, I'll be. Confederate adjutant. What intel's so important they'd go and dig her up to recover it?
So there we have it. The Great Train Robbery. We found some old Confederate adjutant from the old Confederacy, which was the government before the current Terran Dominion, led by Mengsk, of course. So let's continue.
Sir, that adjutant we recovered is down in the lab. She's all powered up.
Talk to me, you old piece of junk. What do you know?
User identified. Raynor, James. Ex-Marshal, Marsara Colony. Joined Sons of Korhal Terrorist Group. Status, criminal.
Enough about me, darling. What else you got locked up in that synthetic head of yours?
User status, criminal. Access denied.
Playing hard to get, huh? We'll see about that.
Looks like that adjutant isn't gonna help us out just yet. We do, however, have new research projects available at the laboratory. So I'm going to go down there right now. We haven't found much Protoss research yet, but we have found quite a bit of Zerg research. So our options are either the Planetary Fortress, as you can see in action here, which this is basically an upgrade to the command center, and it gives the command center a giant cannon, making it able to shoot stuff, which is quite cool. This other one here is also quite cool though, as you'll see demonstrated momentarily. So the Planetary Fortress didn't really kill that stuff all that fast. Now those killed those Zerglings quite fast. And it's no surprise that I'm actually going to end up choosing these. The Perdition turrets, who are basically flamethrower turrets, who burrow like a Zerg and pop up when enemy units are nearby, to roast them and make them into Zergling barbecue or something.
Jim, let me in. What really happened on Tarsonis? Whatever it was, I can see it tearing you up inside.
Tarsonis. That's where it all went down. Meng stole a psi emitter from the Confederacy and planted it there. He knew that it'd attract the Zerg, and our revolution began that day. The day Mengsk murdered a whole planet and called it justice.
My God. Billions of innocent people. That's just monstrous. No wonder you hate him so much.
That isn't the only reason he hates Mengsk, of course, as we know very well.
User identified. Raynor, James. User status, criminal. Submit access codes. Submit access codes.
So not much interesting going on there.
Oh, tread lightly, sir. The odds of us being swallowed by the swarm are 2.895 to 1.
Those aren't very good odds for us, but I'll take it. So there's some development in the tank here. The recovered Zerg sample continues to evolve. Clearly has motor function despite lack of anything like a neural cortex. It's giving off more heat than it could possibly be absorbing in that tank. I'm learning how some Zerg burrow so well. It's extremely sophisticated. They have built some tiny muscles that vibrate at low frequency, effectively loosening soil, crumbling rock, and snapping by vegetation. They can swim through the soil, or the ground. It's not quite as fast as running, but it's close. I can see a way to put this knowledge to good use. And he did indeed, through inventing those Perdition turrets who could burrow. Now I checked for the Protoss crystal, but there's actually no development here. Still the same old Stetman log. So let's go to the cantina and talk to some other stuff. We can start by watching TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, each night I bring you the news in the most fair and balanced manner possible. But tonight I have a commentary. Some have asked me what the difference is between our leader, Emperor Mengsk, and the traitor Jim Raynor. They point out that Mengsk rebelled against the government of his youth and came to power through the use of violence and subversion. Why is it wrong for Jim Raynor to rebel in similar fashion? There is a difference. When Emperor Mengsk began his revolution, there was no threat hanging over humanity. James Raynor is waging his revolution while we are at war with 2 alien races. James Raynor, have you no conscience? Shouldn't you fall in line, putting your petty complaints aside as we struggle for humanity's very survival against this alien menace?
Everyone's a critic.
Vermilion clearly hasn't played StarCraft 1. If he had, he'd know that stuff he did say wasn't actually true.
Robbing a train again get you feeling nostalgic?
Damn straight. We must have hit the Shell Express a dozen times back in the day. Oh, that keeper never got old.
Almost got us killed when they smartened up and started using outriders to chase us.
Never was a man of them could keep up with you on a vulture, Jimmy. Just added to the fun. How the hell you got a job as marshal after all that? I'll never know.
Sounds like they had quite the wild youth, robbing trains apparently. Just trying to talk to some of the crew members here.
It's an honor to serve under you, Commander.
I've been looking for an encryption expert so we can access the adjutant we recovered. No luck so far.
Colonel Orlin at Dead Man's Port can crack anything. Haven't been back there in a while. Say, didn't you end up getting married last time we were there?
I told you before. If I knew what the prize was, I never would have joined that card game.
There's just something about a lover's reunion that chokes me up.
Well, we'll have to discover more about that later, I suppose.
Time for a bold, unstoppable plan.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, good old days, robbing trains, yada yada, bang bang, yeah. I'm making diamondbacks.
Good for you. So, we're gonna check out the armory console just to see what kind of upgrades there are available here. But I'm not actually going to get any one of them in this video. I'm saving that for the next one. One of these upgrades gives our diamondbacks more range, as you can see demonstrated there in a somewhat ridiculous fashion. The other one gives them 50 more life, which is quite a boost actually. So you can see it being able to take out 2 enemy mech units there. Quite good indeed, but not something I think I'll invest in anytime soon, I think. I don't really have anything else new here. I do want to get some Reaper upgrades though, but I'm not going to do that in this video. So for now, I think this is actually pretty much the end. So thanks for watching. Next one will probably be live commentated, as this was hopefully an exception. And I will see you in the next video.